Welcome to our Tortured Poets Department inspired collection. In this collection, we have 3 scented candles up top, and then we have 4 candles with trays on the bottom that are unscented. And we're going to be taking you through how we made all of them and all of our inspiration behind them. So why don't you join us? Our first piece is going to be this set of 3 candles. You have that lady with the busk kind of piece in the middle, and then 2 rose candles on the side, and the tray itself is in the shape of a moon with a Baroque kind of piece at the bottom, that pattern. And this was inspired by Taylor Swift's Fortnight, her music video, and also a little bit of Clara Bow, which Clara Bow, I would say, is the majority of this collection's inspiration. You're going to see a lot of roses, a lot of bows, even in that busk, the back bow in the back of her head. I painted it gold just because, Taylor Swift, when she released all of her jewelry and all of the extra pieces of this set, they were all in gold. So I said, yes, we have to do so many gold kind of homages down to that merch kind of drop. And I did the Baroque kind of design on the bottom, which you see me doing right now, because of the tattoos she put on her face in Fortnite for Post Malone's tattoos, just kind of mirroring each other's pain and kind of understanding both of the tortured poets in that music video and in that song. What do you think?
I think you did great. I didn't know all of the details that you were talking about, and I always wonder, how come you pick those pieces?
So, especially for this piece right here with the bow and the rose, I definitely got that from Clara Bow, and I had to do my Swiftie homework. I listened to the album like 4 times straight through, and then I also went to the department meeting that she held, and where she said, everyone come together for the Tortured Poets Department meeting where we'll be going over the manuscript. I also did that. I think I've been really diving into the world of Taylor Swift and this album just to get a better feeling for everything. And that's where I get a lot of my inspiration from her lyrics and just kind of what comes to me, what molds we have, what candles we have, and then what I can make from there.
Great. So your inspiration really, you have been studying everything that has to do with Taylor Swift. I was like, you see Taylor Swift and you just come up with all of these ideas?
I think a part of it's natural, and then a part of it is just appreciating the albums. But a lot of this, like I said, did come from Clara Bow. I would have loved to have done something for Prophecy High School or anything like that. If I were to do high school, it would definitely have to have a lot of Travis Kelce references. Her show in Europe had so many Travis Kelce references to her in Paris, with Karma being the guy on the Chiefs. She said that in the middle of the show, and everyone was screaming. It was so cute. But yeah, I think it's just kind of paying attention, seeing what she's doing, and then seeing what I can get out of it, and just going from there.
So if you had to do another collection, you will say you will use the colors for the Chiefs?
That would be for high school. If I had to do another collection, but for the entirety of like her music and just kind of what I like, I absolutely love Willow. I don't know if you've seen it, but on her Eras tour, she's in this big, yellow dress and she's in the forest and it's so magical and it's kind of fairy tale inspired. I would love to do something along those lines. As much as I love Tortured Poets Department, it's so gray, so beige, and if you've seen any of our other candles, we like glitter and we like so much color. And this was such a challenge. I had to step back and be like, okay, I want to add glitter here, but it doesn't really fit into the vibe of Tortured Poets. So I had to pull back a lot.
Yeah, I was shocked when you just went all just black and tones that were very dead. I was like, what's wrong?
Yeah, I think that's where she got her kind of inspiration to. A lot of the album is slower, a lot of it's very heartfelt. There's some, Female Rage the Musical. That's what she called it today. She called it Female Rage the Musical. And I love that, but I would also love sequins and glitter and, more of those elements. Definitely in her Eras tour now, when she does cover the Tortured Poets Department, there's a lot more glitter, there's a lot more, dazzling kind of elements, and I love that. But I think for the collection, for it to encompass Tortured Poets, the anthology, I had to really keep it simple.
I see. Very nice. I do love it. It's not that I don't love it, but I do miss the sparkles.
I know we all want that dazzling summer, am I right? That's one of her
Yes.
songs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
making puns. I'm being funny.
Oh, I didn't know.
You didn't know I was being funny.
No.
Here, we're still working on the tray, and I just wanted to show you my process. I'm taking the gray paint, I'm outlining the tray, and a lot of our trays and a lot of the trinket dishes have bows, obviously for Miss Clara Bow. So if you didn't know, in the song Clara Bow, she talks about Clara Bow, who was kind of like this vintage, I think she's an actress. She was really popular. Everyone loved her. She's the it girl of her time. And then she talks about the next it girl of her time, which is Stevie Nicks. And that's in the middle of the song. And then at the end of the song, she talks about the new it girl, which is Taylor Swift. And then the song ends with her being like, you know, well, that it girl is kind of fading. So who's going to be the next it girl? And that's kind of talking to the listener, being like, you're going to be the next it girl. Just promise to be dazzling. And so that song is pretty heavy hitting because she's talking about how women are always pitted against each other and how, as soon as your juvenile glow fades, then your value fades as a woman. So I think that's really powerful.
So will you say this is kind of like a hint, like she's going to retire soon?
I have no idea. There's rumors today on TikTok saying that Travis Kelsey, as soon as Taylor's ready, he wants to have kids. And he's not talking about one or two kids. He's saying he wants four. And he said supposedly that Taylor wants three. I have no idea if that's true. If she does, get it. But if she doesn't, that's also cool. I saw an interview with her saying that, she thought on her previous album that she was going to be done by 30 and that, the fame and the limelight was going to die out, but obviously not. This is one of her most best selling albums. It has so much publicity, it broke so many world records. And I think it's just really great to see a woman doing that in, early midlife. I don't even know that I want to call it midlife. She's 34, so
Oh,
young.
yeah, she's still young. So do you think if she didn't have Travis Kelsey as her boyfriend, will this be as popular or is it more popular because of Travis?
I think she goes through a little wave of popularity every time she gets a boyfriend. I don't think it's because of Travis Kelsey. I think it's because people are excited to see her happy. At least that's what I gauge from it. And I think whichever guy she settles down with, as long as she's happy, I think her fans are going to be happy because we're going to get a lot more love songs, a lot less kind of breakup and depressing songs, hopefully. But I think it's just about her being happy and kind of coming into kind of her womanhood, really. She's left so much pain and a lot of rage in this album specifically. And at the end, she says, the manuscript is done and now it's not mine, which is for me kind of thinking, okay, she wrote so many songs about her breakups, her past, her trauma, and now she's moving on. That's not hers anymore. She's put it out into the world and she's kind of growing from it.
So if she breaks with Travis Kelsey, will they be another whole 32 songs, 31, talking about Travis Kelsey,
I
the
think
cheater?
I think there would be songs about him, and I don't think that's bad. I think it's therapeutic for her, it's therapeutic for the fans, people who have gone through breakups. I think all of her songs are pretty therapeutic, but I wish him the best. I think as long as they're both happy, as long as they're both, coming into their own, I think it'll be great.
Well, I just will be very careful if I was Travis Kelsey.
I think they're having fun. I think they're having fun. I saw a rumor today that the NFL switched their schedule according to Taylor Swift's kind of Eras tour schedule as well. So we'll see. I guess the NFL and the Taylor dynasty or Taylor Nation are working together pretty well.
Huh. It could be just a conspiracy, but it could also work to their advantage,
Yeah,
to the NFL advantage,
yeah.
because if she goes and sees Travis Kelsey, everybody's watching the game just to see Taylor Swift.
And let's be real, the Chiefs TikTok account is pretty much now a Travis Kelsey fan account, which I love. All of his goofy kind of end zone dances, that's all very cute. But it's pretty much a Travis Kelsey fan account now.
And I know their money making golden boy is really bringing in the fans. The
Yeah.
females are really going and paying attention to
And
what's
now
happening.
now Jason Kelsey is going to be doing Monday Night Football for ESPN, which is huge. Congrats to him. That's such a big opportunity.
That will be very awesome because he's such a, let's say, honest guy.
Yeah, we started watching New Heights obviously after Tortured Poets while I was doing all of this research, trying to get more into the fandom, trying to understand everything. And then I decided to start watching New Heights to kind of see what Travis was saying, if there was anything he spoke about in their relationship, get a feel for everything, just kind of get a comprehensive feeling for, everyone there. He seems like a great guy. His brother seems like a great guy. I love how he interacts with his daughters, with his wife. It all seems very chill, very kind of relaxed, which I think from her past boyfriends, I haven't really seen that as much. And I think that relaxed kind of demeanor is very just kind of healthy. It's healthy for a relationship. You don't need everything to be in the cameras, in the limelight, posing and all of this other stuff. I think they'll be good together. But yeah, we're definitely Kelsey fans now. And the brother makes me laugh so much, Jason Kelsey. He's so funny. And I think it's just a good match. That's my opinion.
Yeah, hopefully they stay together.
Yeah. But we're looking forward to everything. Today they leaked some dates that came out from Paris, I think. They were both in Paris. And they were having a little dinner out in front of like this huge mansion or castle. I have no idea what it was, but it was very impressive, very cute, and I hope they had a great time.
Huh, I didn't see that, but I'll look for my pictures.
So here we're still covering my Fortnite inspired dish, which is pretty much the only dish that I did to a different song other than Clara Bow. The rest is Clara Bow inspired, like I said before. And really, you're going to be seeing a lot of gray in this collection, but gray is kind of the color for Tortured Poets Department. I know some of her album releases were in sepia, and a lot of her ads were done in that kind of warm tone, but we're definitely going with gray. The cardigan was gray. I have the cardigan. Oh my god, I'm so happy. But we're going with that Tortured Poets Department, just a little bit deeper kind of gray. And I think that natural concrete color kind of also ties into that gray palette scheme. So let me give you a little close up of what we just did. Here we have all of our dishes with our candles, and at the bottom you also have, me showing you that kind of Baroque pattern at the bottom of that dish. All of these are so cute, and the one on the top left, I'll show you in a second. And here is that little frame that I showed you in the last one. And this is the last of our trays that I'm going to be showing you how to paint and how to go through. It's just blacked out at the bottom. And then you have that very ornate, very pretty natural concrete color kind of outside that we sealed. And that sealant is waterproof. That sealant like will hold against anything. It's not going to have any yellowing, and you can burn that rose candle on top of it. That rose candle is also dusted in some dazzling mica with some pearlescent shimmer. And now you're seeing the box with the bow on top, obviously for Miss Clara Bow. The bow on top of that candle is in gold. You have some gold Baroque kind of details on the side, and you have a rose at the bottom with that white shimmer, and you have a black or gray, however you want to see it, mica dusted heart in the center. And yeah, we're just going through the rest of the tray pieces. That candle is our first scented candle of the collection. And coming up with the scents was so intense. I had to like sit down with my diffuser and go through the oils and see what came through for it. Obviously, for Tortured Poets, I don't know what torture smells like on a poet. If we're talking about like Edgar Allan Poe, it's going to be his alcoholism, which, would not smell good for a candle.
No, they will give you different vibes.
Yeah. So for this collection, I tapped into different things. I think tapping into that kind of loss of innocence or growth from innocence and girlhood into kind of a mature womanhood, I did Rose. And then to tap into the chairman of the Tortured Poets Department, that kind of vibe, I see her at a desk with papers kind of covering her desk and her in this big library, and it's very elegant. I did some white vanilla and then I did some sandalwood vanilla and then I did a little bit of leather to kind of emulate what a library would be warm, and you would have the leather from the books and it would just kind of smell really nice and aged.
I really like that smell. It
And
came out really nice.
on top of that, we have to address, songs like uh, Thank You, Amy, and then High School that are a little bit spicier, a little bit more female rage. And to emulate that, I added in a touch of jasmine. And you're like, well, jasmine is floral. What about it? If you've read the book, I think it's The Piano Tutor, The Piano Teacher, which is about like an affair, it's about war, it's about the Philippines in the middle of summer. Jasmine is the scent of like that very reputation kind of vibe. So I added in that jasmine to add a bit of maturity, add a bit of spice, and to really kind of tie together all of the elements that I love of the Torture Poets Department.
Wow, I didn't know where that came from.
Yeah, everything has a reason.
Huh, I just don't know where the things come from. The smells, the design, the bows.
That's for me to worry about. I did so many study sessions of just listening to the album over and over again.
Yes, I just keep on hearing about Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift. Did you know this? Did you know that? Did you know? Oh my God.
Apparently, she also grew up either on a Christmas tree farm or near a Christmas tree farm. I don't know if that's true. I didn't look that up. But if she did, that was one of the scents that I was thinking of was maybe pine with like a library scent. Another scent that I was thinking of was just kind of beachy for Florida. I was like, should we have some beach elements for Florida? I don't know. She has a song named Florida.
So for Florida, what scent will you have used?
We have a creamy coconut scent, but I also have like a rum scent, and I would add that in just because Florida is the place you want to escape to. You want to have a good time, and that means pretty boozy scents.
Oh, I really like the Christmas smell, even if it's in the middle of July, because it just, if it's 100 degrees, you smell something like Christmas, it's going to cool you off. In my head, it will.
Well, I was looking at what perfumes she wore too, and she wears this Tom Ford perfume, or it's alleged. Everything is from online. I don't know what's true or not. She could wear whatever she wants. She could wear like Axe body spray, and everyone will still love her. But apparently, she wears this very vanilla, heavy scented perfume, and that's why I went with two different vanillas: white vanilla, which is like very creamy, very soft, very elegant. And then I also went for the sandalwood vanilla to try and tie in that vanilla to the library theme. But I tried to emulate as many points of her as possible. The rose also tying into Clairabeau. If you're picked like a rose, that kind of loss of innocence into the industry. And then, of course, that jasmine to kind of represent her new feisty side. I don't even want to say new. She's always been feisty. She's always been that it girl.
Yeah, she knows how to be herself. She doesn't need to be mimicking nobody else.
No, I don't think so. And I think that's why a lot of people like her is because she's so authentic.
Yes,
She
that's
doesn't
a
hide
good
her
word.
feelings, she doesn't mince words, she just says what she says and that's it.
Yeah, and sometimes she gets criticized because they say, "Oh my God, if she breaks up with the boyfriend, then all of her songs are about the boyfriend." But you know what? Men do the same.
Yeah, and I think the people that criticize how many guys she's dated, I think that's a little immature too because we write songs, poetry, novels about like these basic elements of life about falling in love, falling out of love, growing through it, growing up, and I think that's what all of her songs represent.
True, and we have been listening to her for years. It has been her growing up, all of her experiences.
Yeah. And I mean, if you need any more proof, she's dominating pretty much every music chart in history.
Good for her.
And this is me working on the box. You saw how it went from like that plain concrete color to this nice pearlescent. And all I did was add a pearlescent finish to it. Nothing special, but it completely transforms the box. I wanted something kind of soft, kind of feminine, very much tying into like that kind of cute, but still, tortured poets with like the white and the gray. But, something just a little cuter.
I was wondering if you used white because I was looking at that. I'm all like, did she use white? But then it didn't look like white.
Yeah, no, so it's not white. It's a very clear pearlescent color, and that's all it is. It's just pearlescent shimmer over top that natural concrete color, which the concrete comes out pretty close to white, which is why I didn't want to go through and do like three covers of like white paint onto anything and kind of go from there. So all I did was add that pearlescent shimmer, and it kind of gives it the feeling of like this plush, soft kind of jewelry box, but it's still very cute. And I mean, after you burn the candle, keep the containers, keep your jewelry in there. There's a lot of Tortured Poets Department jewelry that you could keep in there.
True, true.
She released like a ring and earrings and a necklace.
Is her jewelry expensive?
It's actually not that expensive. So I got the cardigan. The cardigan was about 75 bucks. And her jewelry, I think, was around 20 to 35 bucks.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not bad. And it was all gold colored, which is why I have so many gold elements in all of the kind of mica dustings and all of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, originally I was gonna do silver, but then she dropped the jewelry line, and I was like, now I have to do gold because she pretty much decided gold is the color.
Okay. Sounds good. I will think she is more like a silver girl
I
because
think
she's
she
so
looks better
white.
in silver. But honestly, if you've seen her Eras tour and all of the like bodysuits that she's been in and all of her leotards, she looks great in anything.
That is true. Yes.
Yeah. Especially the iconic red lipstick, which if you guys didn't know, I was looking at how much like what lipstick she wears and like how much it costs, and it's a Pat McGrath lipstick. And I was looking at the line and all of them are like 30, 30, 30, and then 60. Guess which one she wears?
The one that is 60.
The one that is 60. They completely marked it up and I was just like, wow, that's the Taylor Swift effect, keeping the economy afloat. Here I am just putting more of that pearlescence on the edge of these heart-shaped dishes. And that's trying to like emulate a frill, make everything look a bit softer. Don't mind my nails. They're not the greatest. I paint concrete, not my nails.
They're not bad.
They're not bad. No.
My nails last 2 days.
Did you know she did her nails in like a different color for every album on her Eras Tour kind of documentary?
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. And then she released, I think it was like a tennis bracelet, and it had 12 different rhinestones, each one for a different album.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is impressive. She really thinks through, huh?
She has so many Easter eggs in all of her music and all of her kind of just music videos and things like that. Apparently, the little peace sign that she was doing at the music awards ceremony, don't ask me what it's called. It's Grammys, it's Oscars, it's something. She could have won a Nobel Prize, and I'm like, oh yeah, she got a Grammy. Um, Whatever music awards show she did, she held up a peace sign, and everyone was like, oh, cute. And then she announced Tortured Poets Department. That peace sign was actually a number two that she was going to drop 2 albums.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So now everyone's looking for numbers in her music. Everyone's looking for these kind of clues, and everyone's like, she's gonna drop Reputation. She's gonna drop, Karma, or she's gonna do this. It's gonna be Taylor's version of like every single album, and so everyone's kind of looking for numbers now.
Well, yeah, now that they know that she's throwing little signs and little hints.
Yeah. Well, Taylor has all of the Swifties acting better than Sherlock Holmes and NCIS at this point, and it's fun to see. These are our final candles. These are our scented candle lines. Here are all of them lined up on the sides. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to see you on the next one, whether it's Taylor Swift inspired or not. We are Mamaquels. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Mama Kels also does baby wear, so check that out too. Bye!